Ghana is one of the few countries in Africa where that sense of Pan-African identity feels very present, whether you're on a public transport, in the market, or just walking through the streets. These people do not only show concern or care only about Ghana, but rather the whole continent.
Ghana, your mind be peaceful and you can come and stay with us. No one will chase you to go to your country.
So when I decided to visit the motherland, I put everything I had read aside and chose to see things for myself. What actually makes Ghana the motherland? Is it history, identity, or something deeper? And is there more to this country than meets the eye? And of course, is the Ghana jollof really worth all the hype? Because that might just be one of the most important questions. I decided to visit a total of 3 regions. So once I landed in Accra, I headed straight to Benin, which is the host community of Zolezo.
For life in Ghana, I think normally is a normal thing that's everybody knows. I think Ghana is it's peaceful.
It's peaceful, yeah, obviously.
We are people that we accommodate and we tolerate each other.
Okay.
That's how we are all trained up to know that.
Yeah, oh what?
Trained up.
Okay.
Sometimes when we find ourselves in the community, we try to, even if you know your mother is not around and someone's mother is even around, you can go to that person's mother, even to give you something to eat when your mother is not around. So
wow.
It's like it's a form of upbringing. We tolerate each other.
Okay, so like a community.
Yes, it's a community. We see ourselves as
Less than 48 hours in Ghana, I was already beginning to understand something. Ghana is a country that leans heavily on community, and nothing captures that better than Zolezo, a village built entirely on water.
Zo top they call Zole.
Okay,
Zo. Yes.
Okay, now so I they pronounce it.
Yeah.
The community has no clinic, so a speedboat is kept on standby for emergencies, especially for pregnant women in labor. Zolezo is also home to a Catholic church, a Pentecostal church, and a traditional shrine. There's even a school, a small local shop that serves as a kind of go-to pharmacy for basic illnesses. The community also has 24-hour electricity. And honestly, these people seem pretty content with their lifestyle. Well, it was time to go, and my next stop was the Central region, specifically the Cape Coast Castle.
3 years older than the Cape Coast Castle. This was built by the British in the year 1644 to 1645.
The Cape Coast Castle isn't just a tourist site. It's a place filled with history that still feels very real. It was built by European traders in the 1600s and became one of the key points in the transatlantic slave trade, a place where thousands of Africans were held before being forced across the ocean. The castle has often been voted as a must-visit in Ghana, but being here makes me realize it's more than that. It's not just a place you come to see, it's a place you actually come to feel. But beyond the walls of Cape Coast Castle, just something about the welcoming nature of the Ghanaian people you just can't quite explain.
Ghana is freedom. You can come and stay with us. No one will chase you to go to your country.
What's something about Ghana that is different from other countries?
Here we have peace,
Peace, huh?
love. We show kind to anybody, not only if you are our brother or sister or
So even
mother
Ghanaians,
or
non-Ghanaians, everybody.
everybody. We love everybody. Even if you are a Muslim, you are from Togo, anywhere.
I'm at a major junction here in Cape Coast. I think they call it Peru Junction. You know, actually, when I came into town and I called into my accommodation, and the receptionist was like, okay, so where are you right now? I looked at my map. My map shows me Peru Junction. So I'm like, I'm at Peru Junction. He's like, what? I said Peru Junction. He's like, I don't know where that is. And I'm like, oh, I remember the driver told me this is Peru Junction. And I'm like, I'm at Peru Junction. He's like, okay, you know what? Take a bus or take a taxi. Take a taxi from where you are. And after I met him up, he was like, you Nigerians cry. Why are you people always trying to stress English? It is Peru Junction. I'm like, Ghanaians, una too they do. It will be Junction, Peru Junction. Peru Junction. That's what Google Map is showing to me.
Now I understand Ghanaians have pretty good diction, but these guys always have a way of taking it a bit too far. Having spent a few days in Ghana's western and central regions, I started to notice how slow-paced things felt in Cape Coast. The people are orderly, motorists obey traffic laws, and everybody just seems to take things easy. Now, Cape Coast doesn't really fit into the typical chaotic African picture. It feels calm, almost removed from the noise and rush you would expect. And even the light soup and fufu I had was way out of this world. Now I get that Ghanaian soups are watery, which is what soups are supposed to be going by the definition, but the taste was something else entirely. In fact, I think I rated it a 7 or an 8 over 10 in one of my TikTok videos, You should probably check that out. But after a quick hairdo on the streets of Cape Coast, it was time to head to Accra, the capital city of Ghana. And there was no better place to start than trying to understand the real sense of Pan-Africanism in this great country. Ghana could be one of the most Pan-African countries in Africa, and there's really no Ghana without Kwame Nkrumah. He was a key figure in the country's Pan-African history, a freedom fighter, a leading Pan-Africanist, and one of the founding figures behind the Organization of African Unity, which is now known as the African Union. If anything, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was committed to the African cause and stood firmly against all forms of oppression.
Find the methods used by others are suitable to our social environment, we shall adopt or adapt them. If we find them unsuitable, we shall reject them.
Having spent a few hours at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, it started to make sense why Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is regarded as the founder of Ghana. He wasn't just the country's first prime minister and president, he was the driving force behind the independence in 1957. But fast forward to today, Ghana is often seen as one of the best places to live in Africa, and I was about to find out if that reputation truly lives up to the reality.
Sure, Ghana is okay. Ghana is a peaceful place. Everybody loves Ghana. And most of the African countries, they are coming to Ghana here. And if they come, they are enjoying life peacefully. Nobody is disturbing them. So truly, they love Ghana. They living is okay, and they get money.
Okay,
they get money. Yeah, they get money.
If you come here, they get money. Ghana, that's what you're trying to say.
They come to Ghana because of money. I think it's like that. Well, if they bring small goods from their country, they come and sell here, they get money.
Oh, okay. And another thing I noticed is the way they bury people here in Ghana. They bury people in shapes of cars, and it's like every Saturday there's always a burial to attend. Because all the while I was coming, I was seeing a lot of people on black. So many people just be on black. Some of them will be in cars, on convoys.
That one, I think is a belief. It's a culture. Yes, they believe. Because if you come to the designer, maybe the person is a taxi driver. They want to design their coffin like a taxi.
Like a
car. A taxi or like a car. So that the people will know that it's a taxi or taxi driver or it's a driver.
Now, one thing I find interesting about Ghana is the way they conduct burials. Ghanaians often appoint a member of the family as a chief mourner, and funerals are a really big deal here, which is quite uncommon in many places. You often see a cluster of people dressed in black on their way to a funeral, and the coffins have always been a subject of discussion. Ghana has to be one of the fewest countries where people are buried in coffins shaped like a canoe, a plane, or almost anything you can think of. And the reason why was pretty surprising to me.
One thing is, it depends on the occupation that the person do. Yes, if the person is maybe a fisherman, maybe when he passed on, maybe he or she will be buried in a coffin that look like a canoe. Yes.
I don't know, but normally we find it funny. We find it really funny. Because the coffin is a coffin. So we start seeing cars as coffin, canoes as coffin. We find it really funny.
So it depicts maybe they are paying their last respect to the person. So it depicts the work that the person does.
But it's not even just that. I see sometimes they use the person to dance around or put the person on something and the person.
That one
is extreme.
Yeah, that one is extreme. Because for me, what I've seen, sometimes if the person is even a musician, they will just carve something in the form of a microphone. Yeah, and they will,
you people are so funny.
to depict maybe the occupation that the person engaged in before he or she passed on.
Okay.
But I think to the extreme, carry the person around that one. It's a bit extreme.
You see, Ghanaian coffins are quite different from the norm. People are buried in coffins shaped like ships, kettles, rockets, pots, planes, even what looks like a male organ. And the interesting part is that it's completely normal here.
It's a normal.
It's a normal thing.
It's a normal.
Oh, when we
It's
see it
normal.
from our country.
It's now becoming normal.
Okay, so it wasn't normal.
Yeah, because now young people are started trying to do it, but it's not.
I respect the people and their culture, so if it works for them, then so be it. Speaking about the food, I tried way more Ghanaian dishes than I could count, but the light soup with fufu and Ghanaian jollof have to be my favorites. I also think who cooks the jollof plays a big role in how good it turns out, so maybe this whole controversy just needs to rest. Now, honestly, Ghana is a very peaceful country, and judging by my experience and interactions, I would definitely be coming back. However, word on the street is that even though Ghana is calm, it doesn't mean you should be careless.
There are something that Nigerians don't know about Ghana.
Not all Nigerians, though.
Listen, Ghanaians don't care whether you were, they say there is something called star, superstar. Who care about you?
Okay, like you don't care if you're a star in your country, right?
Who is Ghana? No one will even follow you. Who care about you? No one know you. We Ghanaians, this country is a peaceful country. I'm telling you.
It's so far so good, yeah.
Listen, you can go out. Even 1 a.m. you hold this thing.
And
outside.
nothing happened.
Nothing. So that doesn't mean you should walk on the street with your phone like the way you are now. Even if there's police around, you have to protect your doors or your gate. I hope you understand me.
Sure.
Ghana is a place where Pan-Africanism is alive and thriving. You can feel it in the people, in their kindness, their pride, and their deep-rooted sense of unity, not just for their nation, but for the entire continent. In conclusion, after spending 2 unforgettable weeks in Ghana, I can comfortably say this country has shown me what it truly means to be an African.